After quarterback Jared Goff threw 5 touchdown passes and recorded his highest passer rating of the season Saturday night, the Detroit Lions have now picked up 5 straight primetime wins dating back to last season. We're talking all about that win and so much more right here on Inside the Pride.
Let's go. Going down. Sack back at the 30-yard line. Aiden Hutchinson got him again. Goes deep downfield, got a man wide open. Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions. How about that?
And by the way, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. All roads go through Detroit.
This is Inside the Pride on the Lions TV network. I'm Dannie Rogers. Dan Campbell's squad landed back on track in Week 15 against the Denver Broncos. The Detroit Lions are 10-4 with a chance to clinch their first NFC North title this upcoming Sunday against the Minnesota Vikings. Let's relive the Week 15 showdown in the Motor City.
So here we go. It is electric in downtown Detroit. Saturday night, prime time. This is the only game in the National Football League. This is the place to be, and all eyes are on the Lions and Broncos. Lions trying to take another step towards something that has never happened, a home playoff game at Ford Field. How do you lock that down? Well, the next step is winning this game against Denver. 2nd and 10 Broncos. Wilson fakes the give to him. Be a blitz. Wilson gonna get hit. Ball down on the ground. Picked up by the Lions. Coming back the other way. Ifatu Melifonwu knocked it out of there, picked up by the Lions and taken back the other way. Goff takes the snap, boots right, looks, now throws, got a man wide open. Laporta left side, inside the 15, shakes him in at the 10. Laporta to the 5, to the 2, to the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. Sam Laporta doing work after the catch, 19 yards. Wilson, long count, there's the snap, he's back. Wilson, look, pressure comes, gonna get hit, gonna go down, sack back inside the 15-yard line. Josh Paschal got it. So it's 2nd and goal for the Lions. Goff's got the football, back and looking, throwing middle, caught, gives, touchdown, Detroit Lions. Broncos 1 out of 5 on 3rd down tonight. It is 3rd and 10 here. Chance for this defense to get off the field. Wilson takes the snap, back blitz comes. Wilson looking, pressured, hit from behind as he throws, and it is incomplete. Goff leans in, there's the snap, back, looks, throws, middle, caught, Amon-Ra to the 5, to the 2, leaps, and flips into the end zone. Are you kidding me? Oh, Amon-Ra, that is beautiful. Took off with the 2, flipped into the end zone for the score. 15 yards of the connection, Goff to Amon-Ra. 21-0. Lions on top of the Broncos. We've hit the half. Impressive first half by the Detroit Lions.
Rises 4-10, 2nd down, 7, dumping it off. Hard to get away that time from Josh Paschal. He has a sack, and he comes up for a tackle for loss right there.
That is Gibbs again, through a hole, right side, cuts it at the 30, down to the 25, right sideline at the 15, cuts it back at the 10, still going at the 5, and knocked out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Jared leans in, takes the snap back, looks, throws, end zone. It is caught. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. Sam Laporta, 2nd of the night. Goff rolling right. Now he throws downfield. It is J-Mo. Oh, baby, what a grab. J-Mo goes up and makes the catch at the 47-yard line with Fabian Moreau draped all over him. 1st and 10 for the Lions. Toss it, Gibbs, left side, gets the edge, to the 5, Gibbs to the 2, spinning at the 1, into the end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions. Jahmyr Gibbs just bouncing off contact, finding the house, and the Lions extend their lead once again. It is 34-10. Goff takes, wants to throw on 4th and 2, lot of time, throws, end zone, caught, touchdown. Number 3 on the night for Sam Laporta. On 4th down, Goff came up throwing, found 87 running wide open in the end zone. It's now the Lions 41 and Denver 17. 31 on the game clock, 32 on the play clock. 2 teams will meet out in the middle of the field to say job well done. Man, did your Detroit Lions do the job tonight. Having lost 2 out of 3, they needed a game. They needed a statement, and they made one. 42-17, they beat the Denver Broncos, one of the hottest teams in the NFL coming in. The Lions handled them tonight. Offense, defense, special teams, it was all there on display in this game in prime time in downtown Detroit at Ford Field.
That's 10. We're the same team that's been here all year, man. You guys showed up like we do. We went out and played ball. We played clean. We played offense, defense, special teams. And that's what it looks like. That's how we play. All right, we talked about it before the game. You put in the work all week. That's outstanding, man. We're hitting our streak at the right time. All right? But we're the same team. We know exactly what we are. All right? And now that you win, you're putting more stress on everybody else. All we got to do is get another one. Man, I'm proud of you. It's a great win, man. That's 10. And we got more to go. Break it down.
That's who the we are now. That's who the we are. Family on 3, 1, 2, 3.
It's rare when families take the football field together in the NFL. That's the case this Sunday, though, when assistant coach Jett Monkins faces off against his dad, Minnesota running backs coach Curtis Monkins. That's coming up next. Inside the Pride is sponsored by Kroger, Henry Ford Health, and by the Ford Motor Company. This week on Inside the Pride, I'm joined by special teams assistant Jett Monkins, who has been around the game of football his entire life. You played it, your dad coached it. What drew you to the profession when you finally hung up the cleats?
This is really all I know. This is like the only life I've really lived. My dad's been a coach my whole life, so I really can't imagine not having football season every single year.
How unique was it to grow up literally in locker rooms and be around football 24/7?
When I was little, I would take my little sleeping bag to work with him at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning and sleep in his office, and then he would write the schedule up on the whiteboard, and I would just look at the time and know where to go when I woke up. So like I've been at the office like from the crack of dawn since I was a little kid.
What did mom think about you grabbing your sleeping bag and heading to the office?
She was probably happy. It was probably one less. She didn't have to worry about me for the day. My dad was at Georgia Tech for 6 years. And so, you know, it was a big family environment. We were at the facility, at the office like every week. I was just around Calvin a lot. He's real quiet, so like I just like being around him. He didn't really talk too much, but like he just let me kind of sit next to him all the time and just be with him.
So essentially you helped recruit Calvin Johnson?
Yeah, you could say so, yeah.
Nowadays, we talk about the Modkins Bowl because in a very unique way, you will be coaching against your dad as he's the running backs coach for the Minnesota Vikings. What does the communication look like leading up to game day?
There is none. We don't talk. Yeah. I think that he's tried to trick me into giving him some information, and that's just not gonna happen, so.
So is it just a hug at midfield? What goes down?
Yeah, it'll be like a hug. He'll probably dap me up, you know, tell me he loves me, you know, just little sentimental stuff like that.
Who wears what jersey?
I don't know. You gotta check the fashionista. My sister, she's got something cooked up. She doesn't want to tell me what it is, but she says she's got something for her and my mom to wear. Okay. My brother, I don't know. I feel like he's kind of like whatever home stadium they're at. So he might be wearing like a Justin Jefferson jersey. I don't know.
That's smart though.
Nah, it's not. We'll take that off him. Last year I ripped it off him.
Here in the Detroit Lions facility, you are in the same room as a couple of GOATs, like Coach Dave Phipps, special teams coordinator, and then the one and only Don Muehlbach.
Yep.
What is the dynamic like in that room?
It's awesome. Phipps leads the way, and me and Mule are there to assist him in every way we can. Mule's also like an extremely big help to me. I mean, that guy, he's something I like to take from Mule is how he just endears himself to other people, and he makes himself available to anybody and tries to help everybody in any way he can.
You mentioned endears. That is a word head coach Dan Campbell uses all the time. It seems like special teams unit embodies the head coach, also with its aggression. How fun is it coaching that room knowing Coach Campbell is gonna put some pressure on you guys to make some big plays?
Well, that's what you're in it for. I mean, you're playing it at the highest level, so you want all the pressure that comes with it. And we have a coach that lets us do that. We have a GM who's like tooled us with the right players to do that. A lot of teams don't really build their rosters to, you know, be 3 phases full, and we do that, and that's how we operate, and that's how we are expected to win every Sunday is all 3 phases. Your
dad did coach here at one point. Now you're here, and this team is on the brink of making some serious history. How special is it for you to be a part of this now?
It means something different to myself, also like the whole city, the franchise, when you do something that has never been done before. So like that's just the big draw for me. I mean, I love that, and I love the city too. I love My dad's time here was great. I wish it could have extended a little bit longer, but I'm here now, so I mean, it's even better.
I'm now joined by head coach Dan Campbell. Week 16 against the Minnesota Vikings, coach, and your team is not playing spoiler this season. Division title is ahead of them. Playoffs are ahead of them. How exciting is this time of the year right now?
To me, this is what you're in it for. This is to be, in the month of December, and you got a chance to win the division. You win the division, you get a home game in the playoffs, and this is why you do it. To get to a certain point, and then once you do that, now you're in the tournament and you go from there. So it's as good as it gets.
First time seeing these Minnesota Vikings, who have used 4 different starting quarterbacks this season. The rookie receiver, Jordan Addison, he's connected with all of them, regardless of who's throwing. He's coming off a 100 receiving yard game, 2 touchdowns. You scouted him recently. How can you limit his game?
Yeah, we liked this guy a lot when he was coming out of SC, and look, for them, you don't want to lose a playmaker like Jefferson. That's never easy, but what it did was it opened up doors for this guy, and it was somebody they really leaned on in that time that Jefferson's been out. Because of it, they've grown a lot of confidence. He's got confidence. They've grown confidence in him, and he's become a playmaker. He's a really good route runner, and he can locate the ball, make plays. You see this against San Fran. I mean, he finishes this, strong hands, and runs it in. So, man, they got a number of play between Jefferson being back now, and then Hawkinson. I mean, they're pretty dangerous.
Defensively, it starts up front. Defensive end Danielle Hunter, number 2 in the league in sacks, 15.5 on the season. He's disruptive. When you emphasize to your team what he can do, what are you telling your offense?
Well, look, we got to know where he is at all times, and he plays primarily on the edge. Sometimes he'll work in here, but most of it is on the perimeter. And so the good news is that'll be Sewell and Decker. You got to have patience with this guy because he does have a quick first step. You got to get out, but you get out too fast, and he does one of these on you. He hits you with a spin. He is powerful. He is explosive. And then he's got length for a bull. So if you're bracing yourself for a spin and then he gets you with a bull, you'll be in the quarterback's lap. So it's what makes him dangerous. And he's relentless, too.
A newer name that fans are starting to get to know is the former Michigan Wolverine safety Josh Metellus. 4 forced fumbles, 10 quarterback hits, coming up on 100 tackles. Why is he jumping off the tape in year 4?
Well, look, I know they're using him on defense. I mean, but honestly, this guy's been a factor for a while. Anybody, if you're watching the tape and you watch special teams, he's been a factor for a while. And this guy's a playmaker, man, and they came in, and Coach Flores obviously identified that and said, you know what, we'll use this guy as a hybrid safety linebacker, and it's everything you would think. He's a football player. He's smart, he's instinctive, he's violent, and he's a ball guy. He finds a way to get balls out, just like this, bam. He makes hits like this all the time, and they still use him on teams as well, so he's just a productive playmaking dude, man.
Have to have your eyes on him. But, Coach, your team has the opportunity to bring home a very nice Christmas gift on Sunday, a potential NFC North title. What will it take to bring that home to Detroit?
Well, it's going to take a lot. This is not going to be easy. I do think this is a better team than we faced last year, all right? I get it. They don't have Cousins, but they're asking quarterbacks to do what they do well, manage the game, get the ball to your playmakers, and this defense is much better. So it's not going to be easy on the road, and I think more than anything, man, we got to keep everything simple and just function at a high level, efficient, and we cannot make mistakes. We do that, then we will come home with it.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Khali Sweeney is the founder and CEO of Downtown Boxing Gym that helps kids recognize their full potential through life coaching, academic support, athletics, and so much more. Sweeney was named the Detroit Lions Inspire Change Changemaker, an award that includes a $10,000 donation to DBG.
My journey started off like a lot of young people in the city. By the 3rd grade, I realized I had a problem. I was struggling. It was evident that I couldn't keep up with my peers in the classroom. And so I just acted out because I didn't know how to ask for help. Most of the time, I just deflected from what was the real issue. I would just get in trouble or make a lot of noise or be disruptive, and they would send me away because that was my only, that was like my panic button. That was my ejection button from the real thing. Was I was running from the fact that I couldn't read. I was running from the fact that I couldn't spell. I was running from the fact that I couldn't count. There was no resources, there was no help, and so I dropped out of school. And so, but I bought into the narrative, and I really believe I wasn't gonna make it. They told me I was gonna be dead in jail before I was 21 years old, and so I really thought that. So I lived my life without purpose until somebody showed me that there is other alternatives, man. What do you really want to do? And I said, I want to learn how to read. And so I put all my effort into learning how to read, and I was able to correct my course in life. And then I thought about it, I'm like, is that just a win for me? Or can I help some other people? And so I just started saying, like, man, I'm gonna invest in my own community. I'm investing in the kids around me, and I just started investing into the young people and just my community. DBG stands for Downtown Boxing Gym. Downtown Boxing Gym is an out-of-school time program. It's access to resources. We break down barriers, try to remove obstacles that could derail a kid.
When I first started at the Downtown Boxing Gym, I had a narrative placed on me that I was a bad kid, and that narrative led me to make decisions following that path. And when I came to the Downtown Boxing Gym, I was seen and heard by Khali in a different light, and it completely changed the way that I thought about myself and the decisions that I was making. So I started boxing, but boxing was far from the thing that actually got me engaged. It was mentorship, love, guidance, and just support from everybody at the facility.
Boxing, you know, it's the icebreaker to a bigger conversation, man. I mean, boxing has some sort of appeal like no other. And it's one of those sports that's safe too. You know what I mean? Like if you get out of school and say, I'm about to go to the downtown reading program, kids gonna be like, man, what? We just got out of school, man. Good luck with that. But if you say I'm going to the downtown boxing gym, about 5 or 6 more kids may come with you. And once we get inside of here, it's the icebreaker to the bigger conversation. Because like I said, as a young person, I didn't have the words to ask for help. But once you get here and you feel comfortable, that hour of play before you know it, man, I can ask you the critical questions, man. How you doing in school? What's really going on, man? Can you let me in on that? And they tell me like, man, listen, I'm struggling at this and that, coach, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, well, look, let's go back here. Let me introduce you to Coach so-and-so back here. You know, we got life coaches here.
On behalf of the Detroit Lions, we want to thank Downtown Boxing Gym for all the great work that you guys do. We just want to say thank you. You know, we're so proud of y'all. A lot more work to go, a lot more work to do. But, you know, with a leader like Khali, I mean, we know you guys are in good hands. So, again, thank you, and we appreciate you all. Thank you.
Khali gave everything for DBG to be successful, to help the community, and he's just absolutely a change maker. I don't know anybody that's more deserving of that award. He has dedicated his entire life to DBG, and you'll hear him say that it's not him, it's the community, and it's because that's the type of leader he is. He doesn't take credit for anything that's going on. He recognizes the strength in numbers, and he's just an amazing man.
Listen to me. There's no award that they can give me without y'all. This is a community thing. Everything we do together. There's no award that they can give me without my team. There's no award we can get without our kids, without all of us working as one. And I appreciate and love each and every one of y'all. I appreciate everybody for coming in and giving 100%. So that's all I needed to say too. I don't like to take credit for something that, you know, we supposed to do. We supposed to help each other. Don't give me no credit. We supposed to help each other. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. That's it.
Wishing for something special? Maybe it's VIP seats, the meal of a lifetime, or an unforgettable journey. Whatever it is, Community Financial Credit Union can make it a reality. Share your impossible dream at impossibledreams.org by scanning the QR code at the bottom of the screen. Before we wrap up today's show, we've got to get to some Rogers retweets. I'm going back to primetime Saturday night in the Motor City to check in and see what Detroit Lions fans were up to. Here we go, girls' night out. Glad you decided to spend your night with us. They say I've never seen Ford Field that full for a Lions game. It was a pretty remarkable night inside Ford Field. Glad you had fun, ladies. And up next, a very happy birthday to Holly, who decided to spend her 19th birthday with over 64,000 of her closest friends. Glad we could get a dub for you, Holly. 'Tis the season. Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus are making their rounds inside Ford Field. I'm so bummed I didn't run into them because I probably would have told Santa Claus what I wanted for Christmas. Spoiler alert, it's a playoff win for the Detroit Lions. Last but not least, history continues to be made. Saturday night, it was in prime time with 3 touchdowns from Sam Laporta and 2 from Jahmyr Gibbs. Lions became just the second team since the 1970 merger to have 5 offensive TDs from rookies in a single game. That has not happened since November 3rd, 1974. That does it for this edition of Rogers Retweets and this episode of Inside the Pride. Reminder, Detroit Lions kick off against the Minnesota Vikings on Christmas Eve. It's a 1 p.m. start on Fox. We'll see you right back here next week.